Hello everybody and welcome back to PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza, where it's your Let's Play too. I am PyroFalkon and you are watching Surviving Mars. In the last episode we landed here on Mars. We have ourselves some drones who are hanging out, and that's all we can really do at the moment. Why have I not hooked this up to a freaking pipe yet? There we go. Jeez. So we aren't really doing very much at all at the moment. Instead, we are just trying to get our bearings straight, look around, try to figure out where everything is. We have a sensor tower which is searching these sectors, trying to find just some deposit of water somewhere, because we need something before we start building domes and bringing in life here to Mars. I intentionally chose a difficult scenario to work with here, and it is really hurting me right now with how little resources we have, but we will survive this. I desperately need some polymers. I only have 10. I need 10 to create a dome. I only have 2 rockets at my disposal. Yeah, the cargo capacity is only 50,000 kilograms. In others, the cargo capacity is more like 70,000, and you start with 3 rockets rather than 2, and you start with a lot more money than you have. Oh boy, did I really make this challenging on me. So there's not really anything I can do in the short term other than to grab some metal here. I could call in a rocket that can bring in some more polymers and another water thingy, a vaporator. Let's see how much that would run me. If I brought in another moisture vaporator, okay, that's only 200. That's not bad. I could bring in 2. And then I could also bring in, say, 30 polymers. That wouldn't be bad. I always try to keep at least $1 billion on hand for emergencies, and that's not bad, because everything else, the metal and the concrete I can get. Okay, so we'll bring those in. So we're going to launch a rocket that has 2 moisture vaporators, 20 polymers, 10 machine parts, and 5 electronics. That should get us through a little bit. It's a little risky to call in both of your rockets at the same time, because now there are none back home. Each rocket costs $3 billion to produce, so it will take a while. Luckily, one of the oddities of surviving Mars is there's no taxes or no ongoing monetary expenses, which I'm not complaining about, but I find it strange that that's not a whole lot of stuff either. I find it a little strange that your mission, your colony, your rockets, whatever you want to call it, like, there's no additional expense. You do have to spend money to bring in materials, and you have to spend resources, in this case fuel, to get your rocket out of here. But that's all. It's kind of surprising how, I guess, Earth is taking care of some of the day-to-day expenses for you, which, again, not complaining about. It just is what it is. So I'm going to time skip until that rocket is ready to land, and then we will go from there. Our rocket is ready to land, so it is on its way, and I've set up two more concrete extractors and solar panels up a little bit. Let's move that
this
one
is Mars
out.
Official Radio with Panem Public Service Escalon. We have a soundtrack just right for the blue sunset light.
Thank you. There we go. I'm moving that 1 hex out just in case that's still within the border. I think it was within the border, so we want to keep our solar panels as nice and clean as possible. And here comes our rocket. Now we can't call in any more rockets until we get one of them fueled up, so I'm going to set Gabriel number 1 to a high priority, and Michael number 1 can be a medium priority for now. Our transporter can grab some of these objects to help out our poor drones. So, at PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza, it is your Let's Play too. I try to name stuff after you guys as much as I can. It was suggested by one of the regular viewers, the Blazing Hawks, that I name the colonists after you guys. But the problem with that is there are going to be hundreds of colonists, and I don't usually get that many views. So, what I'm going to do instead is if you want something else named after you, just let me know in the comments below. I'll name the rockets after you. We can name the domes after you. The individual buildings probably don't need to be named after you guys, because who wants to be named for a concrete extractor? But we will get universities and schools, and those things can be named after you guys. So if there's something you want to be named after, just let me know. I will make that happen for you. So, especially the rockets and the domes, because those will be the things that we are going to be mainly concerned with. Wow, there is just no water anywhere here. I do need to get money, and so I think I'll set my first dome up over here. Now, I can place where we're going to put domes and then not worry about them for a little while. So I'm going to place our first dome here and then immediately turn it off. So at least I know this is where we are going to put it. And I will likely need to set up a landing pad closer to it. So we are going to do that right quick. Everything in the game can be destroyed, so if it turns out that the landing pad is sort of in a weird place, then I can just blow it up and it's fine. We'll set that to a low priority so the drones fix this first. The other thing is this rocket has 9 drones, and you can see the blue radius is where the drones can go, and it is outside of the range of all this stuff I've called for being built. So we're going to grab these drones, and unfortunately there's no faster way to do this, I don't think. Assign as many drones to target hub, commander, or rocket as possible. Oh, maybe this will work. Whoops. What I want to do is move all the drones who are from the rocket. Commanded by Gabriel 1. Nope, it's not working that way. Left click on target. Oh, that did work. Okay. Cool. So all the drones that were on this rocket are now in the drone hub, which means all the drones can now access these upper buildings. We need a lot more concrete than we've got. We need exactly 80 concrete, 20 metals, and 10 polymers to build our dome. We only have 25 concrete, so this is going to take a little while, which is why I tripled our output here for concrete. Otherwise, this is going to take forever. So not a whole lot else is going to happen until we've got the resources gathered. So again, it will be a time skip for you. We just finished scanning a sector, and this is what I was hoping to find. This symbol is a vista. All that it means is if a dome is within... If this object is within a dome's radius, it gets a boost on its comfort, which keeps our people happy and not wanting to kill themselves. That is actually a thing in this game. So, unfortunately, I did not choose that location. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's kind of far-flung anyway. This is fine for now. We will eventually, if I run our colony correctly, we will eventually have so many things and so much money and so many shuttles that it doesn't matter where we put our domes, everything will work fine. For now, though, I want this section because we need the cash, and because we only have $1 billion as it is. Ugh. So, anyway, that is what we are up to. The drones have been ordered to continue or to start working on the dome, even though we are a long way away from having enough materials. You can see they're starting to slowly gather them up. Materials in the game don't seem to be able to be destroyed unless they get hit with a meteor, I think. So, at least I haven't seen it yet. So we should be okay for now. Otherwise, we're just in speed up mode for me until we gather enough materials to finish the dome. It's been a few more souls. A day in this game is, 25 Earth hours, although I think in this game a soul is also a year. which is strange. It's a way to make sure your colonists are constantly aging up because you have to deal with old people who also die off and a shrinking workforce. There's demographics to worry about in this game. But for now, you can see our dome finally has enough resources and the drones are working on it. And it will be done in just a few seconds. There we go.
Milestone achieved.
So we have ourselves a dome, and we have 500 research points. I forgot I should actually pick a research thing. Receives a one-time grant of $1 billion. Amplify extractors. Yeah, these are all the techs in the game. It looks intimidating with how many there are, but it's doable. Rockets and shuttles require less fuel. Water reclamation system drastically reduces the water consumption of the dome. That's nice, but it's a very expensive building. I think for now, let's get the money because we're going to need the money. So I think I just lost those 500 research points as a result since I didn't have anything queued up. Well, that sucks. Well, whatever. Okay, so our dome is made, and now we need to kit it out with what we need what we need our people to do. So we need homes, so we're going to create a living complex. And we need a farm, otherwise, you know, everyone's going to die immediately. Let's see, where's the farm? I always mix up where all the buildings are in the building menu, even though it should be easy. Need a grocer. Oh yeah, the farm is under life support, so we need a hydroponic farm. And let's see, we need science badly because we're not getting it any other way. So we'll grab some science. We'll create a little fountain. We need a dining area for people, so that'll be services. We need, where is it? The space bar. There we go. And I'm going to let my drones build all those things before I do anything else. We still haven't found any water. We've been slowly scanning the sections and we have not found water. That is very concerning because I'm not going to be able to get very far with any additional domes if we don't have additional water sources. And I can't rely on the vaporators forever. I mean, even though it is a source of infinite water, I can't rely on them forever. They just don't produce enough. So meanwhile, I will tell my little guys to build those vaporators because we're going to need them eventually. Let's see. So when you make vaporators, the blue border, and in this case, gray border when it's... shit, let's get that out of here. Change of plans. Let's flip it the other way so the pipes are facing upward. If there are multiple vaporators within the blue area, then they produce less. I don't think it matters if there are other buildings in there, so I'm just going to put one there. And then the second one can go here. Their blue borders can touch just as long as they aren't within each other's way. And we're going to run a pipe. It's not actually where I wanted it. Let me fix that because I'm a perfectionist. That leads to a lot of slowdowns I have when I play colony builders and city builders. Just my perfectionism can be a problem. There we go. And we'll hook those up with power as we get a little closer. And the water tower, I just canceled it because I want to switch it so I can see its level that's indicated. Just like this one, the little leveler, the little bubble there shows how much water is in there. So this tank's almost halfway full. So we'll need some spare water, and we'll set our farm to produce leafy greens. It consumes a decent amount of water, but gives a lot of food as well. So we'll have 3 jobs there, possibly 3 there, 2 there, that's 8, 2 there, that's 10, so I could do another shift here, so that'd be 13. Okay, sorry, just counting in my head. what I need to do. So we're getting things hooked up. We'll also need an oxygen creator. That is this Moxie. For whatever reason, this also produces infinite oxygen from the air. I don't know how it works. I don't need to know how it works. I'm just the administrator, so who cares? And this is an oxygen tank to hold additional oxygen. Yeah, makes sense, right? Because with the disaster that will hit us eventually, the Moxies and the Vaporators can shut down, and that is no good. So we need to be careful with that. Also need to set up some power panels. Let's see, these take 5 power, which is 1 large solar panel each. I think so does the Moxie. Let's see, the Moxie consumes, only 2 power. Okay, so that can be a small solar panel. Like that. Hopefully that's, yes, outside the range of our this. And then the dome takes up a bunch of power as well, but we're going to see how much it takes up once it gets fully built. How much power it requires, that is, once it gets fully built. So we are on our way, as slowly as it may be. My time skips are lasting about 10 to 15 minutes. Oh, maybe not. Not even, maybe about 7 minutes. So that should give you an idea about how long the game takes to play. I tend to play games like this on the slowest setting because it gives me time to think and kind of enjoy the atmosphere. And with the awesome music that's in this game, because all the radio stations are freaking amazing, lets me kind of chill out and enjoy it. Colony builder games and city builder games have always been that way for me. I've just enjoyed the peace and quiet it brings, and it lets me think, and it gives me something to do without requiring extreme Twitch skills or anything like that there. So, I am just relaxing with this one. Oh shit, our transporter is done. Let's bring him home again. So eventually you can get an automated mode where the transporters will just drive around and collect resources for you. But we do not have that luxury yet. We are in full manual mode. Here he comes. We can name the vehicles after you, because right now this is just RC Transport number 1. If you want anything named after you, please leave it in the comments below. So looking at how much time we have left in the episode, it is likely that we are going to not see any people land in this one, but we will see people land in the next one. So we will have a small population going soon. What do you have to say, DJ?
Official radio with Penamescaline. I aim to please your musical needs.
Penamescaline, is that her name? All right, so we've got almost everything built. We just need a little bit more here. You always want to make sure your domes have power, water, and oxygen before activating them and bringing in people. So we have water being made, and you can click any of your objects to see the grid, which is cool. So we have an oxygen grid. There's a demand of 1, but we are producing 3 per, and I think this is per soul, so that's plenty. Maybe it's only per day? It's probably per soul. Anyway, so our oxygen tank is filling up with the surplus, and the same with our water tank, which is filling with the surplus, because the dome requires 1 water plus a little bit of extra water for our leafy crop here. So this is filling up, which is good. That way, when the people arrive, we will have plenty of resources. There's also there are some very nice quality of life things, like how many jobs do I need in the dome? The totals are here up at the top, but you can simply click a dome and get a number here. So there are 12 vacant work slots right now. That includes the research lab. I miscounted somewhere. I thought, oh, the spacebar requires 2 employees per shift. I thought it only required 1 employee per shift. Well, that's fine. So, we need 12 people in the dome. We have 14 vacant residential slots, 12 vacant work slots, and of course, we need power. And I'm going to hook up the power right quick before ending the episode. It looks like I need 15 power for the dome, 1 power for the home, that's 16, 5 for the research lab, that's 21, 5 for the hydroponic farm, that's 26, None for the grocer. 2 for the spacebar. That's 28. So we need 28 power. Plus, we're going to need batteries to get us through the night. The spacebar and the research lab will not operate at night. But the hydroponic farm, I think... I guess that one doesn't either, but we'll need a couple batteries anyway. But we're over 20 minutes. I guess I'll hook up power in the next episode, and we'll probably be calling in some people by the end of it as well. So we are getting very close to the first human colony on Mars. Don't forget to subscribe, nor check the video links, or not the video links, Jesus, the video description for links to our Discord channel, my Discord channel, where I hang out all the time and you can meet your fellow viewers, as well as PayPal, Facebook, Patreon, and other ways you can support the channel besides just watching. For now, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for another episode.